REKT podcast is brought to you by Honey Miner. Want to start mining, but never had the technical skills or time? Honey Miner is the answer. Honey Miner is a one-click install mining software that downloads directly to your computer and earns you Bitcoin. No more writing scripts or configurations. Just download the desktop app and start mining immediately. What are you waiting for? Go to honeyminer.com and start earning Bitcoin while you sleep today. That's honeyminer.com, on Twitter at GetHoneyMiner, and Telegram at t.me/honeyminer.
I'm Crypto Chamber, and this is REKT.
Breaking news are happening now. Hello, my name is Bunch of Vets, and we are here live in Toronto, Canada. There is a man at the top of the CN Tower, and it looks like he's ready to jump. He appears to be holding a sign. Sell my Bitcoin. Hold my private key. Oh my God, it's Chamber. Oh my God, Chamber.
Oh my God, Chamber. You can hear the helicopters.
Guys, it's dumping real hard right now. I don't think I can handle it. It's been too long. I've been dumping for like 7 months.
Chamber, please come down. Let's talk about this. Come off the CN Tower.
We love you, Chamber. Don't do it.
Guys. All right. I appreciate you guys. You know what? I'm going to come down. Turns out maybe that Winklevoss news may have been a bit of FUD, so I think I'm going to come down now.
Thank
give
God.
me about 45 minutes. It's a kind of a big
tower. Oh my God,
tower.
Chamber. Don't ever do that again. It's a big tower.
Hello and welcome to REKT. I am Bunchu Betts. As you hear, we have Chamber, who is coming down off the ledge, and Cynthia here. How are you guys?
I'm not as wrecked as Chamber.
Chamber, how are you feeling?
You know what, guys? Thanks to your love and support, I feel a lot better. I'm going to be honest.
Well, we're glad that you didn't jump. Tell the audience why you were thinking of jumping.
I just saw this big red dildo on my TradingView screen and really got me thinking.
So let's talk about that. It is Thursday, July 26th. And we were sitting pretty much all week in the nice 8,000 plus range. I think we got up to 85, 8,600, and just in the last 4 hours, we've taken a $400 leg down, if you will, to put it nicely. And that's pretty much due to this CNBC, what we're going to call here at REKT FUD. We're just going to straight up say it.
It absolutely is FUD.
So, Cynthia, what happened here on CNBC?
Well, they came out with this really dramatic headline, Bitcoin ETF rejected. And basically, it's the ETF that the Winklevoss twins tried to get passed last year. And they, what's the word I'm looking for?
Appealed.
Appealed, yeah. They appealed it, and it was denied. And so it's from last year. And they ended up editing their article for clarity because everybody was losing their minds thinking it was the ETF that we're all looking forward to in September.
The one that we are looking forward to is the CBOE ETF, and that's going to hopefully be approved. All signs are pointing to yes, and this is just some straight up irresponsible, I'll say it, CNBC, irresponsible FUD.
Calling you out, CNBC.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Brian Kelly, you want to go toe-to-toe with the champ? Bring it on.
Yeah, Mr. Two First Names.
That's it. Come on. Yeah, right? Well, awesome. So that's kind of where we sit at the moment. So Bitcoin is around the high 7,800s after being in a really nice spot. Everybody was so friendly to each other all week, and now we're gonna see maybe it's back to salt season.
Salt season 2.0.
Everything else looks pretty red that I'm tracking, except my nice little Ripple bag just hanging around 1% today. So maybe I'll be able to come back from that. I really hate saying that I own some Ripple, but it's the truth. Nobody's perfect, right?
Hey, shout out to Crypto Christopher Walken with his vet call too. By the way, I think that's up pretty good today. I think it's about over 20% in the green.
Good. We bought it yesterday, and we'll tell you why at the end of the show. We'll end with that. I also want to give a quick shout out to the guy who has made our intro music. He everybody seems to love it, and we're getting a lot of awesome feedback on it. He's actually my good friend from college. His name is Johnny Mack. He actually was on some reality TV a couple years back, Big Brother. His Twitter handle is @RockstarDMD because he is a dentist and he is very good at making music. So shout out to him because everybody has really loved the intro music so far, especially yesterday when we this will segue right into our big announcement, especially yesterday when we put out that tweet that Cynthia made, that teaser for who wants to take it, who wants to announce it. Let's go, Chamber, you announce it.
Dun, dun, dun.
I am so excited for this, for our 6th guest on this podcast. It's crazy to say, but John McAfee is going to be on the show. We've actually already recorded. We're just going to release it next week.
We actually already got him as our only 6th guest. I mean, that was huge.
It's bananas.
Chambers the one that set that up, so we got to give him props for that. That was awesome.
Just a shot in the dark. I was telling Bunchu the other day.
Don't give away all of our secrets, Chamber.
I'm downplaying it. You have no idea what I had to do.
Yeah. I don't want to know what you had to do.
He actually had to live. He had to live with him for 2 weeks.
I was a human hammock.
Oh no! No! Chambers' world is no longer what it used to be. No.
No.
Correct.
I was telling Bunchu the other day, I had put out a tweet as a thought for this podcast, and Bunchu was right on it that same day, and that was on June 20th. And I think we recorded with John McAfee on the 24th, I want to say.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's bananas.
Well, you cut out for a second, Chamber, for me. Did he cut out for y'all?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't hear the beginning. You told Bunchu that you were contacting McAfee when?
Yeah, so no, I told Bunchu that the initial tweet I made for the thought for this podcast was on June 20th.
I know.
And we got John McAfee recording with us on July 24th.
That's pretty nuts.
It's bananas. Bananas.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams, people.
That's right. Follow your dreams. Someday, maybe we'll get paid for this. So those of you who have seen the trailer, it's pretty awesome. The interview went, I thought, pretty much as perfectly as it could have gone. Unfortunately, our pal Chamber wasn't able to actually make the interview. He was doing real work. But Cynthia and I did it, and he was really cool. The interview is about 45 minutes, and the first 15, 20 are really, insightful, interviewee, professional, really full of some cool wisdom on crypto and just his total outlook on life and everything. And then it gets off the rails.
Started.
Then it gets off the rails. And by the end, he's basically giving us a Yelp review on bath salts and telling us his favorite guns. And
it's magical, guys. I watched it, I think, maybe half an hour after you guys had recorded. I mean, and I'm yelling at my wife. He's giving a review on bath salts. This is amazing.
Bunchu and I got off the call, and I immediately called him right back, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was amazing!"
So yes, we will have John McAfee on releasing next Wednesday, and in honor of the episode, we're going to do some giveaways. We actually asked him if he had seen his Pepe Dap card. We actually showed it to him on the call.
Don't tell him what he said.
I won't, but in honor of, we are giving away some Pepe Dap cards, the Frog McAfees. We have courtesy of Pepe Dap, so we have a couple to give away. Basically, what you have to do to qualify is follow us on Twitter, like and retweet the tweets that we put out about qualifying, and you have to join our Telegram. Our Telegram is t.me/rekt_podcast. You want to be in there anyway, regardless of your Frog McAfees, because it's a really cool place. We talk about a lot of fun stuff. We're going to do some mailbag stuff later from straight out of our Telegram. Basically, what you're listening to now, we're going to start doing a second podcast every week. The first one will feature our guests, and then the second one will be just the three of us kind of shooting the shit and, going through some news, mailbag, all kinds of stuff like that. So let's get right into some news. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I put out an article today, actually, for Whale Reports.
Shout out
to Whale Reports about Mike Novogratz's crypto bank Galaxy Digital. They just released audited financial results for Q1 of this year, and they were not that good at all. They lost 134 million in Q1.
Ouch! That's like 2 million more than Chamber lost.
It's close. They've
that's only like 2 million more than Chamber lost.
They lost, 86 million across 11 investments and 6 add-on acquisitions since the beginning of 2018. Plus some losses in trading and unrealized, 85 million lost in unrealized trading. I mean, it's just ouch.
Wow. It's rough.
But at the end of the release, yeah, right, I wish. I'm such a huge Mike Novogratz fan.
That's REKT AF.
Yeah, no, I have to put it in. I'm always tweeting about him. I'm such a big fan of his. But they also put in the release some stuff they're doing for Q2. They're partnering with Bloomberg for an index. They launched an EOS venture fund and raised $325 million. So it's not bad.
So this wasn't an index, right? What exactly was this? What was the bank? Like, how was it set up? I'm not sure.
I couldn't tell you exactly how it's set up. It's let me see. I honestly I don't know. I'd be just taking a shot in the dark. But
I was just wondering if it was like an index, but it sounds like it wasn't. So I mean, an index would have probably also. You said 85 and 11 investments. That's pretty. I mean, obviously the whole market has just gotten crushed.
Well, yeah,
in Q1
and I also
and Q2.
I kind of tied that into my article that Bitcoin reached its all-time high in December, and then for the first quarter of 2018 it plunged more than 50%. So you can't expect him to be talking
so
about huge
what do you do if you're him there? Do you double down or what?
Well, Mike Novogratz is a billionaire, and he has some serious experience in building businesses and venture funds, and I don't think he's too worried about it. I mean, he's very much a crypto and Bitcoin bull all around, and is still tweeting about how this isn't a bear market, and we're going to see a huge increase in Bitcoin. So I don't think he's worried about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's a ground floor guy. Like he
really is. If I've listened to some interviews with him, and he really is ground floor. He's a cool guy. I'm a huge fan of his.
Well, if he's not worried about it, then I'm not worried about it. Let's do it.
He's not at the top of the CN Tower right now, like
Chamber.
No.
Cool.
I'm down now. I'm on ground level.
Good. Ooh, thank God. That was
actually
quick.
No breaking news though, for real. My phone just went off and it says there's a tornado alert in my area. So.
Oh, good thing you got down.
Yeah.
Good thing you got down. Awesome. Cool, man. Chamber, you want to go next?
Yeah. So my bit of news is actually more crypto Twitter related. Friend to all on crypto. our friend Sicarius, his mom actually had a little bit of trouble, like we all have, with Hit BTC. Apparently, she was locked out of her account. She had done multiple attempts to verify, sent in all the, proper documentation, yet they still kept her account locked. So the other day, he went out on Twitter and really reached out to the community and asked for, some retweets and some likes to get Hit BTC in motion a little bit. And it worked. Hit BTC sent his mother apparently a very nice, comment and a message. And was very, very nice. So apparently you just need to have a huge following to get these big companies to do stuff.
There's nothing like calling a company out publicly. Even me, I wasn't even active on Twitter last year. And when I've had serious issues with companies, all I've had to do is tweet something. And it's immediately responded to and taken care of.
That's good to know. I feel like I don't have that kind of weight.
I definitely don't.
Well, I didn't have a bunch of followers last year. I wasn't even in crypto yet. It was the beginning, and so
women of crypto be flossing.
I'm just saying, there's nothing like publicly calling somebody out, especially when you have a huge following. That helps.
But for me, it's like, okay, yeah, finally they resolved the issue, but too little, too late. No, I mean,
we've heard how many horror stories about Hit BTC and them holding these funds ransom. I mean, this is one of many that I've heard.
Spoiler alert, McAfee also went on a rant.
Yeah, he's not a big fan.
So, stay tuned.
These days.
Yeah, so that's interesting, but we're glad that Sicarius's mom got her funds back. Hopefully it's a eye-opener to many of us to either not use them or, be
always do your due
cognizant
diligence on exchanges and.
Yep. So our last story here for this evening, we're going to try to keep these pretty short as far as time goes. This was an interesting one. Google removes MetaMask from the Chrome extension store. So Google abruptly removed MetaMask from the Chrome extension store without any explanation. So MetaMask tweeted out yesterday, PSA, MetaMask has been delisted from the Chrome web store. We're unsure of why, and we will update everyone as we get more information. All other browsers are unaffected. So this is pretty interesting. We really still don't know what the reason behind it was, but I mean, I wonder if it's, maybe a little telling about maybe Google trying to do something, but that's, very speculative, of course. But, and then somebody did tweet at MetaMask and say, so does this mean we're not able to use MetaMask Chrome extension anymore? And they responded that it would only affect new users on Chrome short term, as they won't be able to install it. So, it doesn't seem like if you already have it, on your Chrome, it was not affected. It would only be for new users because they cannot download it. What do you guys think of that?
It seems a little suspicious. I'm with you. I put my tinfoil hat on. I think Google's maybe messing around a little bit.
Maybe.
The Google overlords. But no, I checked mine. I actually just checked mine before the show to see if it was actually working, and mine's still working, so we're good.
That's good. But that's
Sorry, shout out to Brave though. Do any of you guys use Brave?
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, I'm actually
Brave.
using Brave right now.
And
I'm using Brave
still
right now.
There on Brave. And
yeah.
So.
I like Brave, and I like myself some basic attention token.
I need a bag of that. I don't have a bag of bat yet.
Ooh, I have a small bag.
I'll sell you half of mine.
At a reasonable price, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, only 10% markup. You can have half of mine. That's fine. I'll part with it for gains. Awesome. But so just wanted to give a couple news stories as we do record the original guest episode on Monday. So a lot happens during the week. We know in crypto land. So. Let's get into some mailbag stuff. So we are going to be doing this as well. We're either going to, as we grow our community out there, we're going to be taking questions. But this will be the fun part. We're going to also take people's REKT stories. So the one thing I do want to mention is if you guys are out there and liking the content, loving what you hear, please do us a favor and give us a 5-star review on iTunes and leave us a REKT story and we'll read it. We definitely want to, that stuff goes a long way into helping us get climb the ranks for like when you search Bitcoin and we want our podcast to come up, and that goes a long way. But so we'll definitely read your REKT stories. So these come from our Telegram group. So I'm gonna let Chamber run with this. Chamber, what you got?
So I got one from at Bully Pit Crypto. He went on to say, I went into BitMEX for the first time and was blindly bullish, risked 0.1 BTC on 25x leverage at 9,500 and got wrecked within hours. So I'm assuming that means liquidated, and that is really painful. This is why I don't go on BitMEX, people.
You know why? At least he made the BitMEX REKT Twitter account. At least he got that shout out.
That is some celebrity.
So yeah, well, it reminds me of my Ripple bag last week when I went on vacation and got wrecked within a day or two. But that's unfortunate, Bully. We hope you've learned your lesson and stay away from the 25 times leverage. You probably
it wasn't 100x, so I mean that's good.
Right, that's true. But hey, look, depending on when did he say that was?
He said, one second here, I just had it. It doesn't say that the time frame. The price was 9.6K.
I was gonna say, so I mean, point.
So that must have been on the way down.
Yeah, but 0.1's still a pretty good amount of money there.
Oh yeah,
at that point, yeah,
about $1,000, right?
Yeah, to lose in an hour. That sounds like me betting on the NFL, but that's a different story for a different day. What else you got for us?
Let's see what else I have here. I have one from Crypto. Oh, one second. I want to make sure I get this right here. Crypto Football. He spells it the European way. Futbol.
Football.
I'm assuming he's one of those classy gents from Europe. Just like our boy, Mr. Backwards.
That's right. Mr. fucking Backwards.
Mr. fucking Backwards. Who is he? He's the big monkey on the rock?
He's
is that
the
who it
big
is?
monkey on the rock, baby.
I will go down in
that's
history
gold.
as being like the most amazing intro for
The big monkey on the rock. So Crypto Football goes on to say, bought Tron at the top at 18 cents, sold half of it at 5 cents to buy OCN. Right when I got scammed by the OCN airdrop bot. Still holding.
Stop it! You
one.
do not laugh.
from one wreck to another.
I know. I feel this guy is family to me. Still holding the other half of the Tron bag. Right now, it's very wrecked. FYI, that will be my newborns. It will be my newborns bag when they turn 18. So I have time to recover.
That's great. I remember seeing him say that in the Telegram. So hopefully, in 18 years, maybe that'll be a very rich bag.
Yeah.
So
I got the okay from Jess.
Tell this one.
To share her story. She used her tax return.
No. That's not quite right. That was
she used her tax return in December, but she also threw in the $10,000 that she had saved for her property taxes into crypto in December.
Certain that she would make it back.
Certain that
it was a no-brainer. Easy money.
She sold thinking that she could day trade and make it back. And then oh god, Jess, I'm sorry, I'm not even laughing. It's like, it's in hindsight, it's funny. She got scammed for ETH in a shitty ICO. So it was just like
poor
football guy.
woman.
It's just one wrecked to another. This poor thing.
Look, that's what we're out here for, people. We want to
is...
share the wreck stories so you don't make the same mistakes as we have and as
but
everybody
it really
else
makes
have.
you feel like again, this is, when I'm listening to the podcast and I'm hearing these stories before we had our podcast, I mean, it made you feel better. You know what I mean? It made you feel like you feel
totally.
really alone when you see all these, Lambo guys driving around. I'm like, am I the only idiot not making money on this? So it really does make people. I think it does make people feel a lot better knowing that they're not alone.
Totally, and definitely not alone. There for every person that's made $1 million, there's probably 25, 35 people that are wrecked. and I mean, just of the timing that this whole bull market happened and what's happened since, and so hopefully anyone new coming into the space can learn from the stories that our guests tell, the stories that we're sharing here in this mailbag, to avoid these pitfalls in the next bull run or at the top of the next bull run.
The silver lining too is a lot of these people that we have on, they got in years ago and they bought a lot of these tops too, so that helps the pain go away a little bit more, knowing that hey, this is not the first time we've had a big pullback.
That's a really good point. It's like whenever you have some of these guys on other podcasts, it's like they ask, "Oh, when did you get in?" And all the really successful ones have their stories of, "Oh, I bought the top," and whenever the top was at that time, they bought it, they wrote it all the way down, they were wrecked, didn't give up, and now look where they are now. So I think hopefully Mr. McAfee's right, and we'll be seeing a $1 million Bitcoin, which means that this little wrecked will just be a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean?
Just a little blip. Yeah.
I'm gonna hate to be the guy that buys the $1 million Bitcoin and has a 90% retrace. That guy. I don't even think our podcast can help that guy. So.
Well, then we'll be bitching about Bitcoin being at $100,000 when it does its 90% retrace.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Awesome. So yeah, keep sending us your mailbag stuff. Keep sending us. You could send us questions. You could send us rects. You could send us 1 ETH, and we'll send you back 5. Whatever you want to do, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel.
And if anybody's a little nervous about leaving, like we were talking about some, we were dropping names for the stories that we told. We got approval from those people. If you would rather be anonymous but tell a great story, that's okay too. That's if you want to get your story out there, but kind of remain a little bit under the radar.
I've got a ton of great stories. Can I go back to being anonymous? I've got some great stories I would love to tell. Anonymous. I would love to tell anonymously. So, I'm gonna try to. I'll take you up on that. But awesome. So that's our mailbag. Last thing we want to talk about. We're gonna try to keep this short and sweet for you guys today and going forward. We wanted to talk a little bit about Chamber. You got the stats ready here for us. I
do.
We're gonna talk. So you've heard. Over our first 5 episodes, we've had all of our guests pick their three coins or projects that they believe in, that think they're going to do well over the next couple months. So we decided we weren't really sure how to run it. So did we want to just keep track of it? Did we want to monitor it? However we wanted to do. But we decided that we're going to put our money where their mouths are. And so we took a little bit of our own cold, hard cash and crypto, and we created the REKT index fund. So we are actually going to purchase every single coin that our guests mention, and we're going to see how we do. So the way it's going to work, we started with a certain number of dollars in the pool, and we decided that we are going to, for every coin, we're going to put about 3% into that coin for the week. So right now we're sitting at about 14 coins excluding Bitcoin. So each of those other coins aside from Bitcoin have about 3% of our overall portfolio in them, and we're just going to let them ride and see how we do. So Chamber, what do we got so far on an update?
I got some real good news. Now, we just got these yesterday.
Yeah, we literally bought them yesterday.
Yeah, we bought them yesterday. We are up.
Yes.
One full percent.
Yes.
Quite amazing.
Yeah,
yes.
boy.
In the green, baby.
That's
To the
awesome.
moon.
Hey, look, by the end, however long we do this, eventually we're going to run out of percent. But
1.03%.
yeah.
Right
So
now.
so like when do we think we're going to be taking some profit? Any ideas?
I don't know. I think.
After the ETF passes.
Yeah, I want to see some 10Xs and some 50Xs.
Well, we did say though that like we were going to track it for like 3 months. I wonder if we should, have the 3 months and then kind of start cycling, or at least taking profits off the initial. Because
I think we should play the system correctly. Maybe sell a little bit on pumps and exchange announcements and stuff. Play it, we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
We'll tweet our plays out here, so that way we can, and we'll tweet some portfolio updates. And
I was gonna say, I think we can. I got it on a separate Blockfolio, and I think I can tweet that out with the percentages. So once I figure out how to do that, we'll keep everybody updated that way too.
Awesome.
The REKT Index Fund.
Yeah.
The REKT Index. So that's it. So that's all we got for you. We wanted to keep it short and sweet, but we wanted to, add another show with just us. This is actually the first one we've done with just the three of us, which is pretty cool. So I still love you guys, even though, now I feel alone, but we don't have another guest to keep us warm, but so thanks for listening. Our next episode will be John McAfee.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that'll come out on Wednesday. Actually, potentially Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe Tuesday, yeah.
Potentially Tuesday, because we're thinking about doing Tuesday, Thursday instead of a Wednesday, Friday. So
Holler
check
at
that
Crypto
out.
Khalifa. He'll be excited to hear that.
Yeah, holla at Crypto Khalifa. We may owe him, if he pumps our group, we may owe him.
Yeah.
He's got a contest going too. He's giving away some Frognadovs and some McAfees. Shout out Crypto Khalifa, friend of the podcast, Crypto Khalifa. Celebrity friend of the podcast.
Celebrity friend of the podcast. Yes. Awesome. So that's it for us. So until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.